back to my garage, everyone. This episode we have a small tool haul, or a haul from estate sales that I went to recently, and a cleanup of a couple of those items. So let's take a closer look and see what we're going to get into this time around. All right. There's not a lot of quantity this time, but I think there's some quality here. First, I have this little Wizard adjustable wrench. I think it's really cute, and it's in just about perfect condition. Made in USA. Doesn't really need anything. These tools here really don't need anything. I'm just going to wipe them off, basically. This is a Proto 30607, 7mm and 4mm open end wrench, double open end. Here's another Proto 9mm 30809. And another Proto box wrench, combination box wrench, 9mm 1121M. It's 8mm and 9mm. Here's a couple of tools that I rarely find in the wild, and I've been looking for some Powercraft. This is a 3/8 inch Powercraft combination wrench, Forged Ally USA. I always look for Powercraft, and I think I found a Powercraft screwdriver once, but these are the only Powercraft tools I've found. So those are going to go in my small Powercraft collection. Actually, I have a full set of Powercraft 1/2 inch sockets, so I'll put these in with them. This is a Powercraft slip joint plier, 84-4651. Perfect shape. Needs a little bit of cleanup, but that's all. Now, here's a couple of oilers that I picked up at different estate sales. This one just looks like it needs a cleanup. I bought two at that particular estate sale. I don't remember exactly when, and I sent one of them to Dale over at Dale's workshop, and I kept this one. So this little guy's going to get a clean up. And this one I bought just recently. I think it's kind of cool. I bet that'll polish up really nice. Somebody's got the nozzle on there upside down, but we'll fix that. A lot of dirt on it. Don't see any markings on either of them. So let's get to work and cleaning up these oilers. I found a couple of other items to add to this video. One of them I've had for a while. Don't remember where I got it. It's a little adjustable crescent, 4-inch adjustable crescent wrench. USA it says. It's just the neatest little wrench. Kind of like this little Wizard here. They're both in great shape. All of these tools are in good shape. I'm really not going to do anything to them. This Powercraft slip joint pliers, I just don't think I'm going to do anything to them. They're just fine the way they are. These, I think maybe you guys will find this interesting. These belong to my father. I remember he used to keep them in his tackle box, fishing tackle box. And I did a little research. It says it's Diamond, Duluth, USA. These are World War II vintage. It says US right there. I believe that I think this was part of his Bombardier toolkit that he used when he was flying those missions in World War II. This is, from what I can tell, it's World War II vintage. So I'm not going to do a thing to them. I might put maybe a coat of cleaner wax on them or something like that, but I'm sure not going to do anything else. These are collectible, so I'm just going to do a very small amount of cleaning and leave them just like they are. Now, the two oilers, I'm going to clean up, and we'll see how far we go with these. This one doesn't need anything but a good cleanup, I think, maybe some polishing. This one, I'm going to clean it up first and then decide what to do. Looks like it might have had red paint on it at one time, so maybe we'll repaint it. I don't know. We'll see what we feel like when we get it cleaned up a little bit. So, here we go. Okay, I'm going to go with a real light touch here because I don't want to remove any of the remaining bluing. By the way, this is called a Duluth Handy Boy tool. Put a little bit on here and see how that works. This is mainly just to clean a little bit of the grease off and protect it. I certainly don't want to, this time I'm not kidding, I don't want to remove any of the patina. Sometimes you got to leave the patina. This is one of those times, I think. So I'm doing very, very little to this tool. It's got a screwdriver there too. I think all the bomber crew, well, at least the bombardiers, were issued a toolkit back in those days so they could make any adjustments on the Norden bombsight or whatever. And I feel fairly confident that this was part of his toolkit. When I was a little kid, I remember he had some stuff that he brought home with him, and one of those items was a parachute that was still packed. And I remember when I was just a little kid, he let me pull the ripcord on that thing, and it popped out the drag chute or whatever they call it, the one with springs, and it popped out. And I remember they were made of, I think they were made of real silk back in those days. And because I can remember my mother took the material, silk, I assume, and made stuff out of it. scarves and things like that. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Well, sorry for the choppy video. I keep getting interrupted. In ham radio talk, they would call this local interference. So okay, I think that's all I'm going to do to this little guy. I'm going to put him in there with the rest of the stuff and go on to the oilers. Okay, let's begin by just giving these little fellas the once over here. Looks pretty clean in there. Doesn't seem to be any oil. Give it just a preliminary cleaning. I can't tell if that's caked on grease or what. Oil. Not sure. We're going to give it an ultrasonic bath here in a little bit and see how much of that. So that may be paint. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to give it the once over here. It may be paint. Not sure. What does that say? Add oil. Can't really read it. I don't think that's rust. You can't tell for sure. Maybe it is. Anyway. That's just caked on grease and oil, I believe. The thing seems to be in pretty good shape. Okay, let's see if we can get that tape off of there. Looks like our paint job is going to be in order after we finish here. I think I'm going to put this in the ultrasonic bath. But I don't think I'm going to put the spout in the ultrasonic because I'm afraid liquid or water or whatever will migrate down inside there, and I really don't want that. So I'll just clean this up with the wire brush and yeah, as best I can. So we'll lay that aside for right now. Now let's take a look at this little fella. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything in there. Looks like that there's a nut in there or something. I'm not quite sure how that works. When I get it cleaned up, I'll understand a little more about how it works. Let's unscrew the spout and the pump mechanism. That looks pretty clean in there, relatively clean. Maybe I can figure out a way to swab that out. I don't think that's rust, because it kind of wipes off. I think it's just caked on oil. I'll put that in the ultrasonic. I think this can probably go in the ultrasonic cleaner as well, because I can flush it out. Well, look there. What do you know? Craftsman. All right. Pleasant surprise. I don't think it will hurt to put this in the ultrasonic cleaning, because when I'm through, I can pump some oil through it and displace any water or cleaner, detergent or whatever that's in there. There's an O-ring down in there. Look there. Not an O-ring, I don't think. Or it was an O-ring at some time. It's kind of flat now. I might replace that. I'll probably toss that in the ultrasonic also. I don't think that's a leather ring. I'm not sure. Anyway, Craftsman. 25. Can't quite read it yet. 2598, I think. I think we'll get a better look at it after we clean it up. Made in USA. Okay, we are fresh out of the ultrasonic bath here. They cleaned up pretty good. This looks really nice. Plan to do some polishing on that. But first I got to get them dry. And this, it looks like the ultrasonic cleaner really softened that paint up. So I'm going to try to get as much of that off as I can. That's so shiny I can't really make it out. Let's see here. It's Craftsman 2.95.118, I believe. Two 2.595.118 PAT 110 Craftsman, made in USA. I think this is just really cool. Okay, now I got to figure out what to do with this little fella. Let me ponder that and I'll come back. I ordered this thing from Amazon about a year ago, and I've used it more than I thought I would, to tell you the truth. Hope you can see that. It's an endoscope, good for looking inside of things. It's got all kinds of features that I won't go into here, but it's got a side camera, front camera. You can take images or video. This looks pretty good. Don't see any rust or anything. Good for, like, if you're working on engines and stuff. I've used it for looking in my, the main reason I bought it was to look in my heating and air conditioning ducts. It's got like a 16-foot cable, 16.5-foot cable. So anyway, I put a link in the description if you're interested in having one of these. They don't cost much. I think it was around 35 bucks or so. Well, this thing has seen better days, so I think we can do better. Let me find the right one and I'll come back. Okay. This one seems to fit perfectly. 1 3/8 by 1/8. Oh yeah. There, I think I finally got it. There. Now, well, there you have it, my friends. I like the way they came out. This one doesn't want to stand up by itself without any oil in it. And to tell the truth, it's probably not going to have any oil in it while they're in my custody anyway. These are probably going to be shelf queens, but that's okay. I got other oilers with oil in them. I think this one turned out really pretty nice. It was originally red, so I went with a glossy cherry red and polished the spout. And this around here, bottom's not too bad. So I'm quite pleased with the way both of these came out. Thanks for coming along with me on this look at some estate sale tools and a cleanup of a couple of oilers. It was interesting and fun. I enjoyed the oiler cleanups. It wasn't that hard to do. This video ran a little longer than it probably should have, so I hope that you were able to stick with me through it. But anyway, I'm happy with the way the oilers came out, and the tools were in such good shape I really didn't do anything to them. So until next time, I thank you very much for watching my videos and subscribing. The subscriptions really help the channel. I'm growing slowly but surely, so I sure appreciate all my subscribers. And please comment. I answer and respond to all the comments. I really enjoy them. So until next time, thank you very much for watching.